we're now gonna take these out and see how they drive.
So I've driven your car before.
Yeah.
I like it. You know I'm a fan. I'm trying to miss these huge potholes here. I didn't even try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even try. I enjoy driving your car. I don't know if you can hear me over the muffler. Good job. Good job on the muffler. But I like the way it drives. It's tight. It feels like it's pretty good acceleration.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't have a lot of horsepower.
But you wouldn't know that.
No, it feels, I mean, it kind of reminds me of my Mazda a little bit.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think I've said this before, I think it's even a little tighter than my Mazda.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot smaller.
Yeah, it is. Because it's a class below. Let's try to see it down a little bit.
Oh, you got the heat on?
Roasting.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's true. It is pretty hot. But I like the seating position. I like sitting kind of low.
Yeah.
In cars. And it goes around. I mean, it goes around this corner without even. I mean, I'm going 50, almost 60 miles an hour.
Did you play with the downshifts at all on this thing?
No, I didn't.
Oh, some crispy downshifts.
I like the way it sounds though. I mean, did you hear it? It just downshifted itself.
Yeah.
I like that. But
are you in the sport mode?
No. Yes, I am.
That's the thing. The Sonic doesn't have a sport mode.
That's crazy. You can hear it. I mean, it's got decent. I mean, pretty good pickup. I think it's geared a lot lower.
Yeah.
Than the Sonic. The Sonic, you can tell it has a lot more power, but I don't think it applies it quite as good.
Yeah.
On the low end. Now, right now, I mean, I have a floor. I'm going 65 miles an hour, and it feels like it's going 65 miles an hour.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how little cars are. When you're going fast in a little car, you can usually feel it.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you drive the Sonic, I mean, you'll probably be able to tell. It's not quite as, because it weighs 300 pounds more.
Yeah.
It's not quite as frantic.
Yeah.
I think that's a good word for it. But I enjoy driving your car. It's not. I mean, I'm not a little hatchback type of guy.
Yeah.
I like small cars, but
like you like more of a sedan guy.
I like sporty cars. I'm an old man. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not a young whippersnapper like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the roads, you do feel. I mean, the bumps.
I gotta give the Sonic. I think the Sonic rides better than my car does. Like as for highway ability of it, it's a lot smoother.
Yeah, it is a lot smoother. We had a discussion about this, but I think it'd be a better cruising car.
Yeah.
In general.
Absolutely.
This one is just more fun, like scooting around.
Yeah.
In a city and kind of back road scooting, whereas that one doesn't handle quite as well.
Yeah.
It's more boaty, like the Cruise kind of.
Yeah. I was really disappointed on how boaty that Cruise was.
Yeah, I was too. I mean, I'm scooting right around in here, and it's fun. I'm having fun driving this car right now. And that's when I pick out a car. That's one of the qualities I want in a car.
Yeah, it has to be fun.
I'll tell you right now, these two cars cost about similar price, about the same.
Yeah.
I would, in a heartbeat, I would buy this car over that car.
Yeah, it's like first like few feet in that car on the test drive. I was like, it's not it.
Right.
It's really deceiving. They throw that turbo badge on there like that, saying like it's super sporty when it's not. Like it's really deceiving. Like when seeing the turbo badge, I'll turn around up here this little thing. Seeing that turbo badge and kind of what a car having a turbo stands for, like. Do you think that it didn't live up to the hype?
Well, here's the deal. When I used to back in the day, I don't know how many years back in the day I'm talking, but quite a ways back, it used to be.
It's not bad.
Not bad. It used to be that a turbo meant significant horsepower increase.
Right.
But nowadays they make the engine so small, they put a turbo on it. It's the same thing as a naturally aspirated engine.
Right, it just has a little more torque.
Maybe a little more torque. And right now, if you see a turbo on a car, guys, and you're buying it because it's got a turbo, so it's going to have a lot more horsepower. nowadays, and sometimes the turbo cars have less power
Yeah.
than the naturally aspirated one. So
Right.
turbo doesn't mean, and now it doesn't mean more power. It doesn't mean more performance necessarily anymore like it used to. I like driving this car around.
Yeah. All right, now we're in the Sonic. Let's see how this thing drives. Well, good time to be close to the end. It has some nice pull to it. It definitely has a nice pull to it. The one thing I do like about this car more than mine, I like how much higher it kind of sits up, kind of. I wish I sat deeper in the car, but I like the view of the road is pretty good from up here. Like, there's great visibility out of every window in this car. I mean, there's not too many blind spots in this car. Would you agree with that?
That's true. You know what? I didn't even think of that when I was driving it.
It's a kind of a nice airy car. It feels a lot bigger in here than the Fiesta. But as we talked about in the interior, it just doesn't, like where I kind of rest my arm at, there's no like catch over here. So my arm just like slides off, and I don't like that. And there's no center armrest. Like, that makes a car so uncomfortable to me if it does not have a center armrest. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I drive left-handed.
Yeah.
So I put my arm down when I'm driving like this, and when I don't have that, I try to figure out how I'm going to drive it.
Right, exactly.
That's another reason why I probably wouldn't buy this car.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker for me. And you know, when I was looking at cars, I looked at one of these.
Yeah.
There is companies that make aftermarket like center armrests for here, but that's something that you shouldn't have to buy. That should be standard.
Right.
Standard equipment.
What do you think about going around these turns?
It doesn't feel as good as my car at all. It definitely feels a lot boatier. Like look at that. Yeah, that's like.
There's more play in the steering wheel.
There's a lot more play in the steering. It feels a lot softer, like a lot softer.
Do you think I really don't think this car is marketed for people that really enjoy a good spirited drive though. I don't think that's what this car is for.
No.
I think it's more for people that just want a commuter to get back and forth.
That's American.
Yes.
An American commuter.
Yes.
This is basically yours.
Right. It's just, if you really enjoy driving a car, you would definitely have to pick the Fiesta over this one.
Yeah, this is not it. This is definitely not it. This is just a car that will be relatively low insurance. From what I've heard, they're fairly reliable. You have no issues with them. You have decent standard equipment, and it's priced that way.
Right. But again, it's $20,000. Couldn't you get a car like that with as good or better interior for way less?
Yeah, you can. And I think the thing is when you go into these dealerships and you're looking at one of these cars, they sell more of the like the LT, the mid-range models, right, than they sell this, because they kind of look at the price of this, like with all the features. Like it does have a decent amount of features. You got to give it that. It does have a decent amount of features, but you have to look at how many features this comes with for the price versus just getting a base model cruise.
One thing I didn't mention when I was going over price, but to all you guys out there, this car, if you want to get in a hatch, the hatch costs like close to $2,500 more
in the base.
So if a base costs 15 grand, you're going to spend 17.5 on this, approximately, give or take $100.
Yeah, and if you're going to get a Premier of the hatchback, that's going to be about 23 grand. Like, right. This car is not worth 23 grand. I'll say that right now. Any subcompact car is not worth $23,000. Only one that can possibly be there is a Fiesta ST, but that's a whole different ballgame car right there. That's a hot hatch. That's a different thing.
It's a whole different ballgame. Well, if you think about it, what was the Mazda Touring?
The Mazda Touring was like 22,000 or so.
It was like 22 and a half, 23 and a half,
yeah,
something like that. I mean, and that is a way better car than this.
Yeah, like, I mean, And I love the Fiesta, but it's a better car than the Fiesta too.
Right.
And
it's bigger, number one.
It's bigger, it's faster, gets better gas mileage.
Better gas mileage. it doesn't handle quite as tightly.
No, it doesn't.
But it's a bigger car, so it's harder to get a bigger car to handle as tight as that little Fiesta you have there.
Yeah, and
so I mean, this car, I'll be surprised if they sell surprised if they sell 20% of these Premiers when it comes to.
Yeah, I bet majority of the ones that are sold are LTs. I almost guarantee that, because the thing about this car is a lot of these features that are on this car you can get on the LT, but minus the leather. You can get the push button starter if you want that.
The leather isn't that nice anyway.
No, I'd rather have the cloth.
Right.
You know, I'd rather have some decent and Geo makes good cloth now in their cars. It's not bad. I'd rather have some good cloth than some terrible leather.
Right.
You know,
because it feels cheaper than the cloth.
Yeah, it does feel cheaper than the cloth. Like
one thing I want to back up on is the hatch again. So $2,500 extra for a hatch. I mean, in Mazda, if I'm not mistaken, it's only like $850 or to $1,000 more.
Yeah,
for a hatch.
And on the Fiesta, it's only $600 more.
$600 more for the hatch. So
what's in that hatch to make it so much more money? Because I know it's not better driving characteristics.
I just don't get. I don't understand what GM is doing with why the price. I don't understand how they're sketching the prices.
As I told you, they are all of the hatchbacks are coming with the RS package. But why are they doing that? Like I mean, isn't an economy car supposed to be economically priced?
So what would the RS package be in the sedan then?
You can get the RS package on the sedan, but it's just basically different wheels, slightly different interior. Like you get like a brand station on the steering wheel or something like that.
So what's the difference in pricing between the RS sedan and the hatch? Since you said the hatch is automatically RS, right?
I think the RS package is like $600 or $700 more on the price.
Okay, that's reasonable.
That's reasonable, but I don't understand. So the hatch shouldn't be that much more either. That's the thing. Shit. You know, it's ridiculous.
And the people that want hatches are generally the youngins that it's their first car. They want a hatch. They like the looks.
Something practical,
right? They like the.
And that's why they go ahead and they look at, if they want something fun to drive, they'll look at the Fiesta. But if not, they're looking at something just kind of fairly basic. If they're going to spend that much money, it's like they're going to go look at a Honda Fit. Right. You know? Because I know I would. Right. I'll go look at a Honda Fit. I'll go look at even that the Corolla, the IM, the new one. Right. I'll look at that instead. You know, I just want a simple, honest.
The IM's the Mazda, right?
No, the IM is the Toyota one. You know, just a basic car that's practical, good gas mileage. I'll look at that, not $20,000 on this.
I agree. I'm just a little unsure. I know it's got a bigger engine. I know it can go faster. I'm just curious where their head's at.
Yeah, I am too. All right, Tony. So, what car you think won this head-to-head?
Wow,
it's pretty obvious.
Exactly.
It is very obvious.
The Fiesta is nicer interior, probably a little nicer exterior appearance-wise. That's all based upon opinion, but the interior is not. It's drives nicer. It handles better. Doesn't have as much power, so we'll give that to the
Sonic.
We'll give that to the Sonic. We'll give the interior space to the Sonic. Okay. We'll give the upper end horsepower to the Sonic. Okay.
But everything else.
You're gonna have to give to the Fiesta. It's not even close.
So we're basing this off of space, horsepower, driving characteristics, value. Value is a big thing, because think about it, guys. This is a subcompact car. So if you're looking at this type of car, you're looking at something that's going to be fairly economical and There's nothing economical about what does it start at, like, what, 16,000 almost?
Yeah, it was like it was in the 15s.
15.
It was in the 15s.
This starting at $15,000. Oh, actually, I got my spec sheet right here.
15,142. 15.
Yeah. So, at this car starting at $15,000, and you're getting pretty much hardly anything and a manual transmission. The Fiesta is a better deal starting at $13,000, and if you want the automatic, I think it's like a $600 or $700 option on there.
So the automatic on that is cheaper than if you get the base model on this one.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So it just makes the most sense that the Fiesta won this head-to-head, like, by far.
The only reason why you would really pick this one over that one is if straight line speed matters so much, which really shouldn't.
Especially in this size of car.
Right, and if space matters. If space matters that much, you would take this over that if you're just taking these two cars.
Yeah, just these two cars, because it's just, I think this car is way too expensive. I think it kind of, especially this Premier model, it kind of priced itself out of being considered. Would you agree with that, Tony?
Well, yeah, for the quality.
Yeah.
I mean, the price for the quality just isn't worth it.
The only way somebody would buy this car, like, straight for the $20,000 if they didn't go look at anything else at all.
Right.
Like,
exactly. If you didn't look at a Mazda.
If they know they wanted a Sonic, only a Sonic.
Right.
And they refused to look at something else. That's the only way.
If they only buy Chevy.
Yeah.
That's where you go with this. But then again, the Cruise wouldn't be much more.
No, especially because, like, the hatchback starts at like 20,000 or something like that.
The hatchback for the Cruise.
Yeah. And I think those only are going LT and above too. So it's like mid-range and above.
Right.
Or you can have.
But then you want to get this awesome pleather seat then.
I'd rather not. I'd rather pass on that.
Sarcasm, people. It's not awesome.
It's not great. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But 100%, the Ford Fiesta is the winner to this head-to-head. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Keep riding with me. Thanks for watching.
Later.